There is a reason you are encountering these words at this moment, my child. I led you precisely to this point. You have sought clear understanding from me. You have pondered how you will continue on the journey I placed before you, where the support will come from for the tasks ahead, and how you will step into what is next, without returning to the ways I asked you to abandon. Here is the reality I offer you. I am providing for you in ways that will perplex those around you. Others may not grasp how this unfolds for you. They will not comprehend your advancement without typical assistance, your building without needing debt, or your ascent without compromising your core beliefs. This is because my presence rests upon you. When your supply originates from me, the methods of this world lose their influence. This extends beyond mere earthly wealth. This speaks of sacred support, sustenance from beyond what is visible, and backing for your life's calling that comes from a different realm. Understand this truth, my beloved. This is not simply information. It is a divine confirmation meant for you right now. If you have questioned how you keep moving forward, how you continue building, how you remain on this path, this is my answer from above. The way I am upholding you will puzzle the world. Not everyone will fully grasp these words. Only those whose spirits resonate with this truth, those who remain present with it, will discover the clarity they seek, uncover hidden insights, and gain a deeper awareness of the unseen system supporting them. This is a living truth. Revisiting it will always show you something new. Return to these words whenever your spirit needs assurance. Each time you engage with them, a new layer of understanding will unfold. A sacred strategy will become clearer, and you will be reminded that your provision comes from a place they cannot perceive. Now, let me show you something important. I changed the direction you intended to go so my provision could flow to you. Everything you are experiencing right now is intentional. The ways that closed off, the quiet periods, the unexpected turns, none of it happened by accident. What you saw as a delay was actually a divine plan unfolding. What felt like things falling apart was me clearing away the old so the new could appear. If you've wondered why your old approaches don't work anymore, why the methods that once succeeded seem unproductive now, why what you built seems to be collapsing around you, this is the explanation. I changed the direction you intended to go so my provision could flow to you. You were moving forward based on logic. You had a plan. You followed the steps you thought were right. You depended on established ways, logic, and your personal effort to achieve results. But I saw something you couldn't see. I saw your plan had limits. I saw that the way you were heading would in time narrow the scope of my purpose for you. So I stepped in, not to stop you, but to protect your sacred purpose. I had to close that path to reveal a deeper truth to you. I had to interrupt your usual way of doing things to show you a more profound rhythm. I allowed certain sources to lessen so you would stop depending on the world's supply and start drawing from my provision, which is beyond the natural realm. The reality is, my child, you were never meant to carry everything through sheer effort alone. You weren't made to rely only on your own strength. That was only for a season, not for the new phase I have for you. I am now moving you into a divine flow, and this flow does not follow the rules of this world. Within this divine flow, what once took time will happen quickly. What you pursued will begin to come to you. What felt heavy will become light, because my favor is guiding you. I am showing you a new way to live, my precious one. A way where my favor does more than any earthly wealth. Where your willingness to follow me opens doors no human effort or connection ever could. Where your simple yes to my will matters more than your worldly status. You are being drawn away from the world's methods and into my system of provision from above. This might feel strange at first, You might feel like you don't see clearly where you are going. This is the essence of moving forward based on trust, not on what is visible. You don't need to see the whole path. Just take the one step I reveal to you. Certain people and situations you depended on were not meant to stay forever. Some connections that lessened were me making room, not a consequence for you. Some opportunities that didn't happen were actually me leading you elsewhere. I was making space because I am about to do something your own plans couldn't achieve. You didn't fail. You were freed. You didn't lose your way. You were led onto a new one. You aren't delayed in my timing. You are actually more advanced spiritually, even if the outward signs don't reflect it. Others may not understand why you no longer operate the way you used to. They might question your choices, your pace, or your quiet times. But what they don't see is that you are now following my specific leading. You aren't chasing the next thing. You are being guided to what is meant for you, and that is why my provision is coming. This period of your life will unfold in a way unlike any other. You won't need to force things to happen. You won't need to beg for help or struggle through difficulties. You are going to see what it means when I provide, when I resource what I began, when I favor what I commanded. And this is why I redirected your former methods. Because this new path comes with the full support of heaven. Now grasp this fundamental truth for your path. The work you are doing isn't just random activity. You aren't simply chasing a personal dream, defining who you are, or following a passing interest. You are living out a sacred assignment given directly by me. You were set aside for something unique, something sacred. And because of this, my child, you are not moving forward alone. You are moving with my divine backing. This is why, even when you lack all the earthly resources, all the human help, or all the clear steps, things still move ahead. That isn't random chance. That isn't just luck. Know this, my child. What comes from me carries my full blessing. When I set something in motion, it holds the weight of my will. If I begin a work in you, I also ensure it has what it needs. When I speak a purpose into being, I dispatch the help required to see it through. Perhaps you look around and feel you don't have enough for the journey, but you hold my direction within you. You carry the understanding I have placed in your heart. You have my clear call upon your life. And my beloved, that is far more than enough for all of heaven's resources to align with. Grasp this truth, my precious one. I don't wait for everything to be perfect. I only need your simple agreement to walk with me. Your yes to my leading opens the door for support that isn't from this world. My realm doesn't underwrite every venture. My help flows towards what aligns with my purpose. And because I myself set this sacred task within your spirit, the full strength of my presence stands with you, even when you cannot feel it. When I assign a path to someone, I also appoint the ways for them to be sustained upon it. But hear this important truth. The ways I provide often come from places you least expect. My methods frequently show up where you weren't looking, my child, guided by a wisdom deeper than what you understand, not merely by what feels familiar. I stir the hearts of people you've never met to reach out, moving them by the very spirit I've given you, sometimes before you even speak a word. I clear paths for help you didn't ask for, maybe through sudden kindness, unexpected supplies, or opportunities you weren't pursuing. I can incline the hearts of those with authority to favor you. I can open doors to places your past wouldn't normally permit, causing your name to be known in rooms you've never been near. Know this, my child. You are not falling behind. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are simply walking to a different rhythm. A pace set by your trust in me, where what you require appears as you move forward. Sometimes the assistance will only become visible after you take the step. This is why it might feel like walking in the dark or building something with materials you cannot see. I am showing you that my provision is accessed through movement, not by remaining still in what feels safe. I am watching to see if you will depend more on my word than on what your eyes show you. I am seeing if you will venture forth guided only by my direction. And when you do, that is when the help shows up. That is when the ways forward become clear. That is when strangers become sources of aid. That is when my favor rises above your fear. Be certain of this, my beloved child. Your journey is not unknown to me. The path ahead is already laid out. The help you need has already been dispatched. Encounters you don't yet know about have already been set in place. The calling I placed inside you did not begin in this world, nor will it be sustained only by what is here. I started this work in you. I appointed you to this task. I gave you the vision, the burden for it, the way to speak of it, the inner strength. And because I initiated it, I am committed to seeing it finished. I am not one who leaves incomplete what I have begun. I supply what I start. I guard those I call. I deliver what you need. Not always when it feels comfortable, but precisely when the time is right. This is why there have been delays. This is why some people had to leave your side. This is why the old ways of handling things stopped working. I am aligning everything according to my plan, not the world's way of doing things. Grasp this truth, my child. You are drawing upon resources that cannot be seen. This is what will puzzle many, because from their viewpoint, your life won't make sense according to their understanding. How you move forward, how you are supported, how you build things with little visible aid, it will surprise them. They will try to calculate it, to explain it, to find a source they can understand, but they will not be able to. The truth is, your help comes from places they cannot see. This isn't only about earthly possessions. It is about spiritual nourishment, supply that goes beyond the natural world, divine backing that comes from places hidden from human eyes. Your strength does not come from what you earn. You don't rely on a steady flow of money. You are not waiting for someone to approve you or the world's applause. You are guided by something much more powerful, your dependence on me. Your steps are not dictated by numbers in a ledger. You are directed by the assurances I have spoken over you. You are not driven by the fear of lacking what you need. You are guided by the abundance of belief. This is why you do not become anxious like others, my child. This is why you keep moving ahead even when what is visible doesn't seem to measure up to the vision I have given you, because you are not walking according to what you see. You are walking in step with my spoken will. Every obedient step awakens something in the realm you cannot see. Every occasion you choose to trust me when it seems unreasonable. Every time you step forward feeling inadequate or lacking, you are drawing upon my abundant resources. I have set aside spiritual provision marked specifically for you. Provision filled with what you require. Provision holding moments of breakthrough. Provision abundant with relationships from me, my favor upon you, clear understanding and sudden release. But here's the truth. These are accessed by trusting, not by worrying. They respond when you move, not when you are anxious. You do not gain access by speaking your worries. You gain access by believing me. This unseen provision is activated by your steps of faith. When you walk trusting me, the realm you cannot see responds. When you speak words that bring life, help is released. When you refuse to compromise what is right, I uphold your integrity. To those watching you, it will not make sense. They will wonder, how are they getting by like this? How are they able to keep going? How do they accomplish that with no visible support? How do they stay peaceful in the midst of trouble? They will assume you have help from a source they cannot see, and you do. It simply is not from this world. What they do not see is that you have been quietly devoted. You have been giving even when it was hard. You have been seeking my face, speaking with me, helping others, and making offerings without needing recognition. You have been storing up worth in a place unseen by human eyes. And now you are experiencing the fruit of my provision. You are receiving from a realm they cannot access. Your connection with me has been deepening for a long time. Now it is beginning to become visible here. This is the beauty of being set apart, my precious child. The world looks at your outward situation, but they do not understand your inner bond with me. They see you moving upward, but they are unaware of your quiet loyalty. They see results, but they did not see the difficulties. They do not grasp that what sustains you is not visible, but spiritual. My child, do not be perplexed when assistance reaches you from origins that seem unlikely. Do not feel uneasy when support arrives from someone you have never known. Do not question the divine help that appears exactly when it is needed, for these are distributions from my unseen resources, proof that the unseen reality keeps perfect account, even when the visible world seems unresponsive. This is why you are constantly sustained. This is why circumstances align favorably without warning. This is why you continue moving forward without a clear worldly explanation. Understand this now, my precious child. My special favor is creating openings where material means could not. You have entered a distinct phase, a time when the pathways opening before you are not the result of your possessions, your status, or your connections, but are a direct consequence of my favor resting upon you. You cannot gain this kind of favor through your own efforts. It cannot be bought with money. It is not a reward for being good or working diligently. It is a sacred mark of approval from the unseen realm that bypasses earthly restrictions and makes you suitable for things that wealth could never secure. This is the sort of favor that defies human understanding. It is the kind that moves people to say, "I cannot explain it, but I felt a strong urge to help you." It is the kind that brings your name to the forefront of opportunities you did not pursue. It is why you are welcomed into places you could not afford to enter. It is why others with greater wealth, background, and credentials are observing you step into roles they could not attain. I am placing you in situations that were previously out of reach. I am granting you access to circles not intended for someone like you. I am causing people to notice you who do not even grasp why they are drawn to you. And here is the truth, my child. It is not you personally they are drawn to. It is the favor I have placed upon your life. Favor cannot be seen, but its impact is far greater than any amount of money. It is your standing before me. It is my divine recognition. It is the unseen reality declaring, "This one carries my mark." This is the manner in which I provide for those who belong to me. It extends beyond earthly riches, my child. It arrives through my divine direction. It is less about what you hold in your hand and more about the position I grant you. I am lifting you up, not merely in the world's view, but in influence, in hidden ways, through the reach of my power. When material means would bar your way at the threshold, my blessing carries you directly into the inner rooms. When worldly resources would prove too little, my hand guides you fully and grants you a seat. You show that my grace opens doors when human credentials fail. You are living proof that my blessing cannot be duplicated or blocked. Others may not grasp why opportunities open for you. They may wonder why people go out of their way to assist you significantly. They might speak amongst themselves, assuming there is a simple explanation. But the reality is, It is from me. You are being carried by a power they cannot perceive and cannot hinder. My blessing on your life is achieving what wealth never could. It is creating pathways where none existed before. It is bringing chances from unexpected locations. It is smoothing the way ahead of you before you even arrive. Sometimes, my beloved, you will be called forward simply because someone senses your presence is needed. Sometimes a heart will be moved to help you, and they will not understand why. Sometimes those who once denied you entry will suddenly welcome you, not knowing what caused the change in their minds. This is not human skill. It is not clever presentation. It is not manipulation. It is the sign of my hand upon your journey. It is my specific blessing resting upon you. And here is the most significant part, my child. I am using this blessing on your life to bring you into experiences money could never buy, because I want you to see that your path ahead depends not on your wealth but on my guidance. I want you to know that your supply comes not from worldly structures, but from my spirit. I want you to understand that what unfolds in your life now is not about your financial state. It is entirely connected to the purpose I have set for you. I am providing for you from places you do not foresee. The unfolding of your journey will leave those observing you utterly bewildered. This period is marked by people witnessing your life, your resilience, your progress, and asking aloud, "How is this possible?" And they are correct in their confusion, my precious child, for my actions are not confined by earthly understanding. They originate from a realm beyond the ordinary, and I am purposely bringing your support from directions you do not anticipate. Your help is not arriving as others predicted. Your needs are not being met by the work they thought you would rely on. You are not being raised up by the structures they believed were your only option. You are not being upheld by those who pledged their assistance. Instead, I am working in ways that are far from the usual. I am directing individuals you have never encountered. I am working through those who have no earthly reason to assist you. Strangers you have never seen in person. Individuals whose hearts are stirred to give to you, though they cannot explain the impulse. I am placing promptings in the hearts of people you are unaware of. They may not know everything about you, but they sense your spirit, and that is all I need to work through them. You are in a time now where your support flows from sources I have chosen, not from where people expected it. This is not help you requested. These are not connections you built yourself. This is not payment from worldly employment. These are tasks appointed from my realm. I am using what seems unusual to uphold what is set apart. I am using the unforeseen to show you are walking in a calling that cannot be understood by the world's rules. You may not see the origin, my beloved one, but it is surely on its way. It may not appear as you pictured, but it will be precisely what you require, because my supply is not limited by your thoughts. It is not held back by your skills. It is not slowed by what you lack. I do not need the usual paths to bless you. I do not need you to have a position for you to be cared for. I do not need your relatives' consent to raise you up. I do not need official acceptance to show you favor. What I need is for you to listen and to trust me. That is all. And when the support arrives, do not doubt it. Do not push it away. Do not turn from it because it feels new. Like the person you do not know who offers to cover a cost for you. When unexpected blessings arrive from someone wanting to support what I have given you to do, or an opportunity to use your gifts appears without warning, or a clear thought comes to you, or a way forward opens up that you weren't even looking for, that is not random luck. That comes from me. This is my design unfolding. I am supplying you from sources you didn't foresee, and this specific approach is deliberate. I arrange things this way so no one else can take credit. No one can claim they are the one guiding your journey. No one can try to control your path by pretending they are the source. It must be unmistakably clear that this is my doing, solely mine. I am bypassing the conventional routes to teach you to lean fully on me. I am stepping around those who might hinder you, because the paths they occupy are not the ones I have set for your journey. The help I send arrives in a manner that brings glory to me, not to anyone else. Your life is becoming a visible sign of how I provide. Whether you see it or not, my cherished child, your life is starting to show everyone what happens when someone truly trusts me. You are not just getting by. You are becoming a clear example of the help that comes from beyond the ordinary world. The way you live is beginning to speak a message stronger than any words, and people are observing. Those around you, especially those who knew your past difficulties, are watching closely. They recall the hardships you faced. They saw you when times were hardest. They saw the times when you seemed to have nothing left. They remember when recovery felt impossible, whether in your resources, your feelings, or your spirit. Yet here you stand, steady, moving forward, growing. You are not just making it through, you are building. You are not just managing, you are increasing. And this doesn't make sense to them. They know your history. They know what you chose to leave behind. They know the challenges you overcame. Their confusion arises because the outcome they see doesn't match the limited means they thought you had. But that is exactly the point, my child. Your life isn't sustained by your own efforts. It isn't being kept afloat by worldly methods. Your provision comes directly from my presence. Everything you have, everything you've received, every new door that opened, every chance that arrived just when needed. It's all evidence. Evidence that I don't just speak of provision, I act. Evidence that when you listen to my voice, I give you what you need. Evidence that when you leave the familiar and trust me completely, I respond with everything you didn't even realize was necessary. Every step you take forward is a clear indication, a mark I place on your path, declaring, "This is my doing." Each instance you receive something you weren't looking for. Each time your needs are supplied without a clear earthly origin. Every moment you remain standing when you might have fallen. That is my provision from beyond the ordinary world. Your life, my child, is now a clear message even to those who may not believe in me, because they cannot ignore what they see. They notice a different brightness about you. They see the progress you are making. They sense the peace you carry. And they are beginning to understand that something greater is guiding you. You have become a living example. Proof that I provide for the tasks I give you. Proof that when human effort reaches its limit, my hand is there. Proof that my way of working isn't limited by human understanding. You are the living answer to someone's quiet question. Can God truly provide if I step out in trust? You are the confirmation that they don't need to have everything perfectly planned before they move forward. You are the reminder that following my guidance is the way, and trusting me is what makes it work. They will question, what is the source of this support? And the truth will always be the same. It is not your own strength. It is not some hidden resource. It is not a secret advantage. It is me. This coming time will cause others to marvel, and some will turn their hearts toward me. Be ready. The time you are stepping into isn't just about facing difficulties. It is about clear, visible evidence. This is where I will openly show my work through your life. It will feel like things are moving quickly. Events will unfold faster than your background or experience can explain. Opportunities will appear without you seeking them. What you need will arrive even before you know you need it. Those watching you will be bewildered. They will remember where you began, the hardships you faced, and how unlikely your progress seemed. Yet, you will be moving forward, thriving, establishing things not through sheer effort, but through my favor. They will ask, "How did this happen?" You will say, "God did it." They will ask, "Who is supporting you?" You will answer, "Provision came from heaven." This isn't just about you moving forward. It's about you becoming a clear message, a message that following me still leads to abundance, a message that I still finish what I begin, a message that trusting me still produces outcomes, even if the world cannot comprehend how. This next season won't be explained by human logic. It will be about what only I could achieve. Your own abilities won't seem sufficient. Your connections won't explain the good things happening, but the outcome will be plain for all to see. So step forward with assurance, my beloved child. Stay surrendered to my guidance, because I am not just providing for your comfort. I am providing for you to show my truth through your life. You are a visible example that I have always been the source of your help. And this next step will cause others to marvel, and some will begin to honor me, not because of what you achieve, but because your life reveals who I am. Now listen closely, my cherished one. The importance of this very moment you are experiencing is deeper than it appears. This carries more significance than you might grasp, and its weight extends far beyond a brief exchange. You are not here by chance, my precious child. This specific time was set apart for you by me. I have brought you here not just to give you facts, but to awaken your spirit with understanding. What I am about to share carries significant weight. This is a message from my heart, prepared for you long before you knew you needed it. And I know you might feel tired or distracted, my beloved, but this is the exact time I have appointed, silencing other things, to bring you to a crucial point. I have been guiding your steps quietly, gently pulling you back when you wandered off course, holding space for you even when you weren't listening. Now, I'm making my voice unmistakable. Not to startle you, my child, but to stir your spirit. Perhaps you haven't fully seen the path you were on. You've walked familiar loops, carried burdens unseen, which kept you from becoming the full expression of who I designed you to be. My intention for you wasn't mere survival through hardship. It was triumph over it. I shaped you to influence your surroundings, to be a source of light where shadows gather, to bring answers into challenging situations. Yet, there's a hurdle. You can't radiate fully if something binds you. You can't move forward if you're anchored to yesterday. You can't step into your unique purpose if you withdraw to what seems secure but holds you back. I am initiating something new in this very moment, but you must decide to let go of whatever keeps you bound. This is a point where I have stepped in, a significant crossing place between where you've been and where you are going. And what I'm about to share carries the possibility of transforming everything. When my voice is heard, it's not mere noise, it holds weight. It possesses the ability to loosen what constrains you. It illuminates what lies unseen. It confronts what isn't real. So don't hold back, my child. Don't put this off. This isn't about watching something from the outside. It's about taking in the very communication your spirit has desired. Therefore, come near. Find your breath. Let the world's noise quiet down, my beloved, because I am ready to speak, and when I do, things will shift. My child grasped this truth firmly. What feels like falling apart is frequently just being reformed. Your struggles aren't evidence that you're inadequate. They are the precise route to growing into the person I intend you to be. When I permit pressure, it's because you are valued by me and I am active in your life. When I am shaping you, it's because I have summoned you. Difficult times aren't a final destination. They are an unseen ascent. Let me speak clearly, my precious one. The very experiences you recoil from, frequently contain the secret to your resilience. That uneasy circumstance you sidestep, that difficult talk you postpone, that high aim you dismiss because it seems too vast, that is where your growth resides. That is where your capacity awaits discovery. That is where your genuine journey beckons you. Many of my children encounter something they'd rather detour around. Some shy away from visibility because old wounds persist. Some evade accountability because bearing burdens feels too uncertain. Some bypass the straightforward road of compliance because it asks for release. Some hesitate to attempt again because a past misstep instilled dread. Some steer clear of self-control because it means abandoning familiar habits. But here is what is real, my child. What you are sidestepping could be the precise entrance I prepared to guide you onward. That challenge that feels immense could be your most significant assignment. That location you dread might be the precise spot where your life's purpose will thrive. Don't flee from it. Advance toward it. You weren't brought into being to avoid the intensity. You were brought into being to bear it. I didn't summon you to comfort. I summoned you to your life's aim. And that aim always requires a price. But beyond that price lies clear understanding, inner power, and recognizing your genuine identity within me. You won't uncover your genuine self by remaining where things feel secure. You will locate it the instant you confront what you've been steering clear of. My focus isn't on ensuring your comfort, my child. My commitment is to equipping you to carry burdens, equipping you to speak honestly, equipping you to stand where your distinct contribution is required. So yes, I permit you to navigate periods of challenge, not to cause you injury, but to ready you. Understand this. Ease doesn't forge inner resilience. Simplicity doesn't unlock might. The trying season isn't a misfortune. It's a space for gaining understanding. It is where your sharp points are refined, your inner fortitude becomes evident, and your specific purpose is affirmed. That is why I permit the pressure. Not because you are being dismantled, my child, but because you are being clarified. This isn't merely a pleasant notion, it is spiritual truth. The demanding period is genuine. The hurt is genuine, but so is the shaping that occurs within it. So let this reality sink deep into your being, my cherished one. Sidestepping the difficult period postpones your development. You cannot grow mighty by circumventing the challenge. You cannot be given what lies ahead if you haven't withstood the molding of this time. Don't ask to be spared the pressure. Ask to persevere through it. Because beyond this demanding time is the version of you prepared for the magnitude of my presence. Receive this with a receptive spirit, my beloved. My aim isn't to shatter you. My aim is to instruct you. You might feel weighed down by strain, let down, or exhaustion. But what if you aren't being buried at all? What if you are being anchored? What if this challenge is the precise environment where your next stage of development is unfolding? Discomfort isn't always a consequence. Sometimes it serves as guidance. Sometimes the insights you hold on to most firmly are those gained through unexpected sorrow. I permit the challenging periods, the stretching, the waiting, not to cause you distress, but to reshape you. You aren't just passing through something, you are progressing because of it. And growth in spirit doesn't occur in the simplest settings. It happens in the demanding low points, in the restricted areas, in the places where trust must strive to remain steady. What others intended to harm you, I am using for your progress. What they meant for evil, I am using to raise you higher. You did not endure all that just to get by, my child. You went through it to show others how to truly live. So hear this again with clear understanding. What you see as a struggle, I see as a place for learning. What feels like a delay is my perfect preparation. What you call rejection is truly my redirection, and what you felt would break you is the exact thing I am using to get you ready. This is not your end, it is your making. Many want a great purpose, my beloved child, but they do not want the discipline needed to carry it. They desire the outcome without the effort, the blessing without the pressure, the influence without the shaping. But in my kingdom there are no shortcuts to true honor. Everyone must pass through difficult tests to be proven. Some endured being unseen, though chosen and set apart. Some were given prominence, but were tested. So if you feel pressured, stretched, or unsettled, know this. You are not experiencing this because I am unhappy. I am preparing you. You are not falling apart. You are being put together stronger. I am not trying to make you comfortable. I am shaping you to stand firm, my beloved. I am not raising up those who give up easily. I am raising up those who can carry heavy burdens and stand tall, who can walk through intense pressure without yielding, who can face fearsome things and not turn back. If this process feels demanding, it is because the purpose is vast. You were never meant to fade into the background. You were meant to carry a deep light. Sometimes you might think that if something is hard, it cannot be from me, but that thought is misleading. Hardship does not mean you are off course. In fact, following my guidance is rarely the simplest road. My ways often require climbing and facing opposition. Not because I desire your pain, but because I am leading you through a process that builds lasting strength, trust, and inner resilience. I did not promise a life without challenges, but I promised I would be with you through every one. This means the right path will not be crowded. It will not always feel easy, but it will be sacred. It will be filled with my presence and power. You were not made for shortcuts. You were made to walk the focused path, with my spirit within you and purpose guiding your steps. The challenging road is where true change happens. It is where transformation begins, and it is where you will find me closest to your side. Let us look deeper. Each time you face something tough and do not give up, I see it. Each time you endure pain and still turn your heart toward me, you are being formed into something the one who opposes you cannot disturb. Your sorrow can become deep inner strength. Your lowest moments can become the foundation for your influence. This is my way. Enduring tests brings lasting strength. That strength shapes who you are, and who you are gives substance to your hope. So, what you felt was destroying you is actually making you stronger. What you thought was the finish line is just the start of your rise. I'm employing this process to make you unstoppable, not by your own power, but by mine. There is something you are holding back from, something uncomfortable, stretching, perhaps even frightening. What if I showed you that confronting this very thing is the place where your purpose becomes clear? That hard talk, that difficult choice, that step you hesitate to take. It is not just a burden, it is the doorway to what comes next. The truth is, I give you strength to meet things head on, not to run from them. Your purpose is not in comfort, it is in walking where I lead you. I cannot lift you up in areas you refuse to face. I cannot bless what you hide. The crucial moment is not waiting for circumstances to improve. It is waiting for you to step forward with courage. Do not pull back. Face it. Go towards what you have been avoiding, because the freedom and progress you need are found on the other side of that challenge. Between my declaration and the work I have for you, there is a time of quiet preparation. This happens in places away from the crowds, where your inner self is tested, your trust is deepened, and you learn to rely only on me. It is where challenges come, but my spirit teaches you. If he needed that time to prepare for his task, you need it too, my precious child. Your current difficulty is not a wrong turn. It is the necessary journey between knowing you are called and being ready to go. Do not dismiss it. Walk through it, because when you emerge, you will walk in power. Sometimes you think hardship means you are far from what I have promised, but in truth, it often means you are nearer than you realize. Just as pressure intensifies just before a significant arrival, your spiritual intensity increases just before what I have promised is delivered. When things rise against you, when everything feels like it is falling apart, when troubles seem to come from everywhere, stop and remember this, my beloved one. This intense moment is the final push before things open up. I am not causing you pain. I am moving you ahead. And the one who opposes you is not attacking you because you are fragile. He attacks you because you carry my light and the possibility of great impact. He sees what I have placed within you and the difference you are meant to make. You feel this pressure because my spirit is within you, preparing you. So do not give up now. You are not far. You are at the threshold. The biggest lie the one who opposes you whispers when things are hard is this: you cannot handle this. But let me remind you of a truth from me, my cherished child. Yes, you can. You are not weak. You are not easily broken. I have not forgotten you. You were made specifically for this time and this challenge. I did not guide you this far just to leave you now. The intensity you feel is not a sign you are failing. It is a sign you are becoming who I made you to be. So whatever happens, you are not alone. You will not be defeated.